Deliver. I was talking to Chris Todd, the Newport centre-back, who played very well, I thought, last Sunday after the match. I was chatting to him and I said, what's it like to mark Pogba? And he said he just hasn't got a clue what on earth he's going to do next. As Pogba jumps down, heads it on well, Morel, edge of the area, squares it, Mangan 6 yards out, but the pass is too strong. It's headed towards goal by Keats and headed off the line. Rent squares it in midfield, back into the Hayes half, lifted over the top by Bygrave. It's an accurate header by Buchanan though. Blackburn plays the back pass, but it's a poor one. Maxwell's beaten to it, and it's a great chance now to be slotted in. Some 6 yards out, it's 1-0 to Hayes. Terrible mistake by Blackburn. The scorer, Jamie Hand, after Pritchard just nipped in ahead, but Blackburn, dreadful mistake.
It was indeed, Mark. He didn't look at all, Chris Blackburn, and he certainly didn't put any pace on the back pass. Chris Maxwell had no chance. He was in no man's land, had to come, and Pritchard did well, took the ball round him and laid the ball square, and ex-Chester player Jamie Hands tried to miss it, but it deflected in off a Wrexham defender, and Wrexham after 7 minutes have got a bit of a mountain to climb now. They're a goal behind. If I remember correctly, the game against Hayes last year, they let 2 early goals in. They were 2 down after 11 minutes and couldn't get back into the game, so let's hope that we're not going to see a repeat of that one.
Well, it was a dreadful mistake that, and Wrexham now have to show some character. Crichton knocks it long. Edge of the area, well won by Morel. Pogba left hand side, drives a shot! Oh, across the face and just missed the far post, and Pogba hops up and down in frustration. He thought he'd scored. I think we all thought he'd scored. Yeah,
it was a good move that by Wrexham. Nice flick on by Andy Morel, and Matthias Pogba did well, got the ball on his left foot and shot across the goalkeeper, beat Harrison, but unfortunately for Wrexham it also beat the far post. And
then responding, but then once we responded we then let it slip again. Wrexham got a fight here, free header for Crichton, heads it in, Pogba puts it over the bar from 6 yards out. Took a touch off a defender, did this, with the corner's been given.
It did, it was deflected off a defender. It's noticeable though that Wrexham, that's the second corner Keats has taken from that side, and they've played the ball both times to that far post, so whether that's something they've spotted a weakness in the Hayes defence and they're trying to exploit it, but both corners have been long beyond the far post.
Here comes Keats' corner again, a free header for Morel. He heads it into the ground and it goes over the bar. Again, a player unmarked at the far post. Well, Hayes and Yeading have got to sort that out, but Wrexham will be frustrated. They've won 3 headers now at the far post, but they've not profited from them. Wrexham won 3 unchallenged, haven't they? It was reminiscent of that goal against Newport with the Saunders getting the ball quickly. This time Carey gave it quickly and the quick throw got a move going. Keats floats it in and it's dropped loose again and fallen behind for a corner. Wrexham asking for a penalty, I think. Not sure why. Blackburn attacked. The keeper missed it completely. Blackburn attacked it, and it looked more to me like he took his eye off the ball and didn't make proper contact on it. Ashton tackles him though, and now tries to break forwards on the left hand side himself. He lets Keats take over. Keats a good return ball. Ashton on the back of the fence, left hand side. Can he pull in a dangerous cross? He pulls it in. Morel just beaten to it by the outstretched leg of Cadmore, 6 yards out, and it's hacked to the halfway line. Crichton thundering challenge to thump it back in. He'll drop onto the bar. Morel's after it with the keeper, who puts a terrible punch, punches it square, but gets away with it. Free kick edge of the Hayes area is knocked long. Obeng is beaten to it. Blackburn hoovers it up on the edge of his box. Has to be careful this time. He squares it to Sinclair. Sinclair smashes it clear. Headed away by Cadmore. Sinclair underneath that is beaten in the air. Now then Buchanan. Tackled well by Crichton. Pritchard hits the shot and it's deflected and it's in! And Hayes at 2 up. Sinclair left it then, I think, thinking it was bouncing through to Maxwell. And when it was partially cleared, well, the shot was deflected and into the bottom right corner. Wrexham in a real hole now.
There's just no organisation at the back at all. I think Frank Sinclair was appealing for offside actually. He put his hand up. The referee and the linesman didn't give it. And the ball bounced to Pritchard and it was the most scuffed shot with the outside of his right foot. Whether it took a slight deflection or not, I don't know. But it had Chris Maxwell scrambling away to his left side and it just nestled in the back of the net. No real power or pace in it. But Wrexham, after 29 minutes, nearly 30 minutes, in which they've probably dominated territorially, trailing by 2-0. And this is almost an exact repetition of last season's game. Just hope we don't get somebody sent off for headbutting.
And it drops in midfield. Pogba picks it up. Scrappy stuff this. Mangan, good little ball to the left. Keats has got players in the box if he wants to cross it early. Plays into Mangan in the deep, brings it down, drives a shot. It's deflected. Pogba's after it. The keeper parries at his feet. He works it back to the edge there. Keats feeds it in the goal with Mangan. There's a shirt being pulled. He's shot. It's blocked. There's a crowd in there, 6 yards out, and in the end it's hacked clear. Terrific scramble that. Sinclair heads it in once more to the edge of the box. Crichton jumps and he's beaten to it by Bygrave. Obeng will pick it up right hand side. Lots of bodies in the box to aim at. He swings it in. A good ball to the far post. It's just flicked away from Crichton. Keats brings it down. Left hand side. He's brought down in the box. Penalty. Oh, Keats bought that.
A little bit of luck there for Wrexham, I think, definitely. Dean Keats was fouled and he went down and it's a penalty. As you say, he probably made the most of it, but he went down to make sure the referee saw it, and Hayes taking a bit of a gamble, really playing with 10 men. So whether they think Lee Brown's going to come back on again, but they've been caught out, and it's a chance for Andy Mangan to reduce the deficit from the penalty spot. And this is the little bit of luck Wrexham needs, because that ball's been bouncing in the penalty area, and it's been bouncing to Hayes and Yeading defenders, and they've been able to get the ball away. Now it's a chance for Wrexham to reduce the deficit. Mangan.
Well, Farrell it was who fouled him, and he didn't complain. Mangan now stands ready to take it. Steps up, right-footed, and he hits the post, and it spins out. The fans were all celebrating behind me, but Mangan hits the right post to span across the face of goal, and Mangan has his head in his hand, has gone behind for a goal kick.
It was almost the perfect penalty. He sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. It was low and hard, but unfortunately hit the post, bounced across the goal, and it didn't nestle in the back of the net. Well, Andy Mangan's had a little bit of luck in the game with the header hit the bar and bounced 7 added minutes.
Everyone back defending for Hayes. Keats steps up, swings it in under the bar. Keeper's coming, and his head, it's headed away from him by Sinclair. It's gone behind, and the keeper stayed down. Sinclair went up for the challenge with Harrison. So when he got there first, maybe he should have scored, frankly. As Sinclair heads the goal kick away, it's Crichton hits it against his man, and Buchanan's totally clear on goal, and he drives it in, and Maxwell, brilliant save. It's a corner. Superb save by Maxwell, but another calamitous mistake at the back by Wrexham.
Well, Chris Maxwell got Wrexham out of jail then. It was a fine save diving to his left, as Buchanan didn't do a lot wrong. He hit the ball hard and low, but again Wrexham at the back are just absolutely disorganised shambles.
So a corner for Wrexham to defend. Hayes has sort of ventured over the halfway in 3 times and should have 3 goals. It's played in, Pogba heads it clear, it's smashed back into the goal mouth and poked in. Oh, it's just wide. That was a real chance. Sinclair heads it to the halfway line. Mangan won't win that, it's headed away. And, well, this is crazy. Hayes 2 up, and they could have had 4, quite frankly. Ashton over the top. I said it would remind me of Gateshead, didn't I? It's picked up by Hand in the centre circle, who volleys it over the top, and Sinclair misheads it, and it's 1-on-1 against Maxwell again, and pulled hideously wide this time by Buchanan. But, well, Sinclair misjudged it. Listen to the crowd's reaction. As Crichton stumbles, Sinclair gets there first and beats Buchanan to it and plays a back pass straight to Pritchard, and Maxwell comes out of his box and blocks it with his body. What was Sinclair doing? Just turned blind, and then it's been given away again by Sinclair, and luckily for Wrexham, Buchanan handled it, but Maxwell again saves Sinclair's bacon. That
was an excellent bit of goalkeeping again there by young Chris Maxwell, off his line very, very quickly. But he's having to be alert today, because the defence is just a shambles. It's diabolical.
Sinclair launches it long towards the edge of the area, and it's headed firmly away. Fowler attacks it 30 yards out, looks for an option. Ashton's broken down the flank, it's all very narrow. Fowler squares it onto Harris, who helps it onto Keats on the right. Blackburn is playing almost as a winger. Keats dinks it into the edge of the area. Pogba jumps, Pygrave dunks higher. Fowler attacks it on the edge of the box, but the bounce is awkward. He's done well to bring it under control. Keats gets in his way, rather. Fowler, lovely drag back, beats 2 men 25 yards out, tries long range shot, but puts it wide. Well, good work by Fowler. Should have been on sooner, I think.
Yeah, good bit of skill. Well, we were calling for him to come on in the first half, weren't we, Mark, to be honest? And that was a good bit of skill, good drag back.
25 yards out, right hand side, taken quickly. Ferrell squares it. Masterton launches it long into the box, a diagonal. Blackburn can't intercept it. It's brought down neatly by Holmes, who drives the shot, and Maxwell parries it well across the face of goal. 12 minutes left, 2-0 down. In the second half, they've been completely bereft of ideas, as Sinclair's in trouble on the edge of the area, but he managed to play it back to Maxwell. Horrible bounce. It skips behind for the corner. The back pass just hit a bobble in front of Maxwell, span up as he was in mid-swing to about thigh height, and he just got enough of a foot on it to spin it behind for the corner. It's Mangan in the air. He wins it in the air as well. Heads it rather upwards, though, rather than onwards. And it's cleared. Scoop back over the top. Mike Williams has equalised for Kidderminster. As Mangan picks up on the left and lifts it over his man, uses his pace to get beyond Ferrell. He's got 2 men in the box. Harris wants a pull back. Mangan hits the goal line, beats inside 2 men, drives a shot. It's parried. That was a decent work by Mangan, but I think he had to pull it back. I think it was a tight angle.